Eccoci qua!
Sono veramente contento che siate qui con me oggi.
Anche oggi, mattina, pomeriggio, sera, notte. Dai, facciamo partire i secondi.
Mi stai guardando?
Ma mi stai ascoltando? Devi seguirmi.
Ti vedo, eh?
Adesso li faccio ripartire quando sei più attento. Metti giù il telefono e guarda tranquillamente questa chiacchierata. Secondo me ti diverti.
Viviamo il presente. E nel caso non dovessimo più vederci, buon pomeriggio, buonasera e buonanotte.
Eccoci qua!
Hello.
In English. Good evening, Stella.
Yeah, good evening, Lucio.
Thank you to be here, and this is a difficult interview.
Yes, I can see.
And what day is today?
Today is 25th September and Monday.
2023 in Italy. It's 9:05 p.m.
You mean the time or the date?
Yeah, all things.
It's 25 settembre, lunedì alle 21 ore.
Good.
That's it.
Because you don't are in China, but you are in
Italy.
In Bologna.
Yes, Bologna.
So this is the interview. The number is 996 from the beginning, and 266 of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And when we meet, unfortunately for you.
We met last Sunday, which is yesterday, the 24th September, in the afternoon, to be more precisely, in the afternoon.
On the Crescentone place.
On the what?
You know, Crescentone place is Piazza Maggiore. You know, there is a place is more bigger than all the square.
Yes.
And this one is called Crescentone. You know, Crescentone is like the bread fry. You know, with mortadella, you eat this one because it's big crescenta.
Okay, so it's called Crescentone. Crescentone.
Well.
Yeah, so we met at Crescentone in Piazza Maggiore.
Yeah.
Yesterday in the afternoon.
Okay, because you want to make a photograph with a voluntary of the square.
Yes.
And I walk in this place where you are, and the other woman stopped me, and I make the photo. And
yes, because I noticed that you were with a camera, which shows that you are professional. So I want to find a professional photographer to make the photo for me and the girl I just met yesterday.
I thank you, because also we speak a lot of time.
Yes.
and also you make a little interview to me if you
Yes,
want to explain, and also why you are in Bologna.
so actually, I just graduate this year as a master, and although my major it's nothing about Chinese international education. My major was public administration. But I'm so passionate about language and about meeting different people from different culture. So I joined the program of Confucius Institutes in Italy. And luckily enough, I was enrolled in this program. So I will be working in Bologna for 1 year, at least 1 year, teaching Chinese. And I'm really glad I have that job with me.
I have learned two words, but
Mhm.
ni hao,
Yeah, 你好. Yes, it
ni
means
hao
ciao.
and shishi.
谢谢. Yes.
Shishi.
Thank you.
In half an hour, I learn bad two words.
Oh, that is it a fast? What's your idea? Is it a fast or not?
Yeah, but if you stay in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
another time I can understand. I can learn other language or other words.
Okay, but Chinese,
But
you won't be struggling in Chinese because Chinese is pretty different from Italian, let's say.
no, I think you learn better Bolognese language than I learn 10 words of Chinese. Sure.
Yeah, because
So,
it's every day.
yeah. Who is Stella Tuan in one word?
In one word, what do you mean?
One word to explain who is Stella Tuan.
Stars, stars.
Why the first question I asked is why all the bar in Italy have a word of the nature or something you know that the Chinese bar have name of the bar like Stella, like other place of nature, and I love it because there are no word, excuse me, no bad words and no crazy words, but all word of the nature and all happy and funny words. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know why or not?
I don't know
No.
why. I
Okay,
have no
no
idea.
problem. You came in Bologna when? Last year?
No, I arrived in Bologna in the beginning of this September. So
Uh,
far
Oh,
it's almost 1 month, but not yet.
okay. And you learn some mm, Bolognese words, something?
I learn a lot. I learn a lot like conversation, daily life because I started to learn Italian from scratch. So I was so into vocabulary and grammar and also how to communicate with people in daily life. So actually, I learned a lot. I'm not able to just pick out several words. You need to give me a context or something so I can show you. But it's not very well. It's not very good.
I think you learn so quickly because you have a big brain. Because you tell me how many language you know.
Chinese is my mother tongue, and I speak English fluently. And also, I've been learning French for, it's not regular, but I've been learning French for over 3 years. So I speak French too. I can communicate with people in French with no problem. And also, I've learned Spanish before, like for 2 years, but it turns out it was so difficult for me, so I quit. But I know Spanish. I can read, which helps me to learn Italian even faster. And also, I've learned Japanese for 2 years. Yes, and that's pretty much all I have learned for a long time. But for other languages, try to I tried to learn Deutsch, the German, this March, but due to some other reasons, I quit temporarily. But I'm hoping that I will start soon again.
How many hours there are in your day to make all these things?
How many? Because I really love language. For now, I'm learning Italian, so it's like for each day I spend around 3 or 4 hours learning the language for each day, every day.
Good. So,
Thank you.
Maria Lenzo from Sicily Island, say hello. Jean,
Hello.
Jean Maisonette from La Frontera, El Paso, Texas, near Mexico. Thomas Bottino. Ciao,
Ciao,
Stella.
Thomas.
And again, Jean Maisonette, beautiful smile.
Ah, thank you.
So, we start with the photos, and
Ah,
you
yes, of course.
you explain.
Oh, yeah, this one. So this one happened again yesterday when I was, because I'm totally newbie to photography, and yesterday I was just wandering in Piazza Maggiore, and there was a street singer playing guitar, singing some songs that I was pretty familiar with. So I was just like shooting a video of him. But then I noticed that there is a guy who is obviously elder, but acts much younger. So this guy was so close to the singer and he danced along the song. So, on the one hand, the song was fantastic, but on the other hand, the guy's dance is really charming. So, I turned my camera onto this guy. And after one song, the guy saw me and he was not shy at all. He was just start to dance in front of my camera with really short distance. And after one song is finished, he came up to me, starting to speak Italian. I can catch several words, but basically, I don't understand. So I was like, I'm sorry, you dance really well, but I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian. And then he still continues to speak Italian, but in the language, to choose the language words like Chinese, English, Francese. And as soon as he says Francese, and then I said, ah, tu parles français, je parle français aussi. So then we started to chat a little bit in French, and he invited me to dance with him. But I was a bit shy, so I was just standing there holding my camera, really, really satisfied just because the guy was there. And I took a scene where he was actually dancing along the music. So I think it was so beautiful and so charming. Yeah, that's a story.
So why we are speaking in Spanish, in English, that is so difficult for me?
But do you speak French?
Oui, mais je dois changer les vocabulaires dans la tête
Okay.
et c'est un peu dangereux maintenant parce que c'est beaucoup des années que je ne vais pas parler en français.
Ah, donc c'est pas grave. Je pense que c'est mieux de continuer en anglais.
No, no. Next interview, it will be in Italian.
Italian. Ah, no, that should be like 1 year later or 2 years later. Then I can have
No,
Italian.
next month you are able to make another interview in Italian.
But
I
only
know.
like in daily conversation, like, oh, I go to a restaurant or I go to catch a train, a train station, then I can speak Italian. Not in the
Okay.
interview though.
Okay.
Ah, this one is actually from you, right? Because I ran into you. You helping us to take a photo with another girl I met yesterday who was so friendly and so cool. So she was actually the second one who accepted my interview request and who was able to speak English and who was working in that festival. Therefore, she was able to explain to me about everything about the game. So basically, she just took me to every game scene, explaining to me the rules. So I was so in dire need to take a photo with her, and then you showed up. So all of this happening, then you became my third interviewee who can speak English. So I was basically just asking you, I gave you the microphone, but I was like, we need to pretend that we ran into each other for the first time without any previous discussion. So you were taking a photo like not far but not close, like far away from me, holding your camera, and I was holding my camera. And when I was approaching to you, I was just like, "Hey, hey, hey!" And then you turn around, but you are still working. So this is the photo that it took at that moment. And after I said, "Hey, hi, do you speak English?" And you said, "Yes, I speak English."
No.
After, yes, of course. Firstly, you said no. Yeah, so what is discussion about? Then I asked the second time, do you speak English? Then you said, okay, yes. So this one was the photo that you took when we were pretending to meet each other for the first time. It was so interesting and I love this photo a lot.
I can't make a normal interview. It's not my form.
Okay, you need to make a joke in the first time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I got it.
I joke in all time of my life. Also, when there are serious things that you want to make or think,
Mm-hmm.
is necessary to joke with the life and with the other because
Yes, that's true.
many people are so serious, but really they aren't serious.
Mm-hmm. Yes, life is too important to be taken seriously.
But when I go to make I'm gone to make other photo and we say goodbye. I no, I go to eat because it was the time to eat for me. What you have on your brain? Who is this guy? This person? I mean, what do you think of me when I'm gone?
Nothing.
Ah,
It's time for you to eat. Yeah, pretty normal. If a person, whoever is hungry, eat. That's the right thing to do.
I'm going to eat 4 pieces of pizza.
4 pieces.
Yeah,
That's not a
pizza.
lot for a guy.
No,
You
but
mean
I
four whole pizza?
no.
Just
Only
four
square.
piece. 4 piece. Okay,
Yeah,
that's not a lot. That's not a lot. Ah, so this photo was taken by myself with a selfie pole in my room. So sometimes I'm a girl who is pretty complicated. So sometimes I'm pretty introvert, but other times I'm just so extrovert. So they're like always balancing out. And when I want some peaceful and quiet time, I will just stay in my room. Since it's the first month I arrived in Bologna, I ordered this carpet on Amazon. And it was the second day that my carpet arrived. And it's in the morning, and I was just sitting on the carpet with my lamp on and with the cushion. And then I was holding an electronic book I bought from China, enjoying my reading time. So the moments like this are really, really important to me in my whole life. I enjoy reading with music on, and I enjoy learning and enjoy the air, especially in my balcony. And to be honest, I love this position when taking photo. And also, I was wearing a mask if you really take serious look at it. So for this photo, it's just to show that I'm so chilling out and independent mentally.
but a glass of whiskey there is good to make this position.
It's not a glass of whiskey. It's a glass of lemon tea actually. Lemon tea with zero sugar,
Uh,
zero zucchero.
if I put me in this position, you can call hospital because
Maybe, yes. I will if it's other someone else in this position, yes, I think I will call the police as soon as I see it.
but I will learn China language in this position.
Well, it's really hard because if you learn Chinese in this position, you will easily fall asleep.
I will try. Okay.
Okay, let's see. This photo is actually a screenshot of the video I made. It's a short video. So to be precisely, I arrived in Bologna on the 4th of September. So this photo was taken on the 3rd of September. It's the last night that I spent in China, in Peking, with my friends.
Pekino,
Yeah,
the
Peking.
capital. Mhm.
Yes. So because I don't live in Beijing, I live in some place close to Beijing, but my flight took off in Peking, so I need to go to Beijing in the first place. And this friend, I met her. Ah, yes, we can also see her in the other photos because she was the girl that I met in the summer camp. Do you know summer camp?
Mhm.
Yes, summer camp for education. And we were in nature education where we just took the children to the mountains, to the rivers, to the rocks, and let them experience the nature. And in the meanwhile, learning how to cooperate with others and how to do teamwork. So she was close to me, and I was with her in her room before we went for dinner. And I said, "Oh, you like to sing, and I play ukulele. So maybe we can do a short video of us playing together." And she was like, "Oh my God, that's so great." And she turned off the lights, and also she lit up a candle with the elegant flavor. And then we make this video. It's a Chinese song with some really romantic lyrics. And after this video, I was on my way to the airport in the real after midnight. So this photo or this video is really precious to me.
I see the other photo, and it's difficult to think that in China there is this kind of colors so nice, and I want to speak to you one day to make project of photography, because I don't like all the part of China that the mainstream show us. But I think the nature, the culture,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like the industry or the cities or
Mm-hmm.
this. And I think many people told that China is the bad of the world, but I think there are also nice thing inside.
Yes, of course. To me, I mean, China to me, most of it are really, really nice things that cannot be replaced by others, even Italy. And I think one of the reasons is that because China, the continent, China is so big. It's so big. So maybe some of it, like the city center, maybe yes, there are a lot of industries, but in other places like the cities along the sea or cities which are not the capital or not the business center, they are nicer. And I really love to being there, doing nothing, chilling out, enjoying the nature. And I'm sure that you will love Chinese culture because it's diverse.
I want to learn also all the medical plant.
Medical plants.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
want. Yeah, because I don't like the. I like the chemical.
Ah, yes,
Uh,
Cam.
yeah,
Yes.
and I want to learn it to explain to other people who don't like the chemical too.
Then it's way much harder than Chinese language itself, but it's worth it.
I learn with the picture.
Oh, I need to read though. Yes. Ah, uh, this photo is really, really important because actually this is about the culture difference. In China, most of us are traditional, which means equally not that open-minded and not that easily to be familiar with just some strangers on the street. This is a culture difference. So this photo it was taken like in the first week of my arrival. So that day, it was my first time I went to Piazza Maggiore in the first week of my arrival, and I knew no one and I knew nothing about Italian. So the only thing I did is just wandering on the streets. Oh, here is some music. Here is the art gallery. That's all I knew. And all of a sudden, there was a really, really big, loud noise happening on the other streets. And I was so curious to check that out. And as soon as I ran into the crowds, I saw that they're like a choral playing the music just for this couple because they are getting married that day and that moment. So you can see that obviously they are not like 20 young, but I can feel that they're so inhabitants, they're cheered up and they love each other. So in that moment I felt love. And this thing can never happen in my home city, not in China, but in my home city. So it was shocking, it was touching, and it was beautiful and lovely.
And also in China, the white dress is for death, no? Something
Uh,
told me
you
this.
say traditional Chinese color.
Uh,
Yes, white to some extent mostly indicates death, but not in our marriage culture. Because in our traditional marriage culture, the girls should be supposed to be dressed in red because we have
ah,
red. Yes, I have something like uh like this red thing. We have a lot of
yeah.
things in red that indicates the luck and love. So in traditional Chinese language, the couple or especially the girl was supposed to be dressed in red. But our marriage culture is influenced by the Western marriage culture. So nowadays, the couple they have more than one wedding ceremony. So they choose to be dressed in reds in one of them, and for the other of them, maybe white. So it's mixed. The white doesn't indicate death in our marriage culture, but instead, it indicates the pure and unconditional love.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah, this was me. um, because
After two lemon tea.
no, after a bunch of junk food.
Uh,
So it was taken in the northern eastern districts in China, where I was with my friends who I have not seen for 2 years. I have a lot of good friends back to China, and we are not hanging out, but we talked a lot. So this one, we were in the midnight after a bunch of junk food, street food, and it's like because it's midnight, so almost all of the street stands were closed, but there are still some short chairs for us to sit on. And my friend, she was playing some not traditional music, which is not accepted by the crowd, but with strong beat. And we were just thinking about what we have experienced in the past 2 years. And yeah, I was laughing so hard. And a lot of people said that they enjoyed my smile. Actually, I don't know why, because I just smile a lot. But a lot of people say that, oh, you have the really great smile. And so as my friend. So she took this photo without my consciousness. So yes, I love this photo. It shows the real me. Yes. The thing, the case in the background, it's another street stand, but the people were gone, so it's finished.
okay.
Hmm.
But you choose to come in Bologna, or you have a list of Italian places to go? Wine,
Not in
red wine is good.
yeah, but this one is frutti rossi.
Good.
So, because I'm in a program, so actually there are four places that I can choose from. The first, Italy. The second is Germany, and the third is Zimbabwe, you know? Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's another country, which is small. And the last one is Ireland. So for me, personally, I'm into Italy and Germany because of the culture and also the language. As you know, I've learned German before, so I want to be in Germany to learn German. And Italian, well, a lot of people say that Italian culture is pretty open and Italian guys are good looking. So I'm into Italian. Uh, but yes, from the interview, because the Italy was my first choice, and maybe I got a good grade. So yes, I got admitted into Italy, not Germany.
When you start to make photos, that yesterday you begin to tell me something about this.
Yes, yesterday was my first day to take photos because I bought my camera. My dad helped me. Thank you, my dad. My dad helped me with the camera like 2 years ago after I graduated for my bachelor. So it was 2 years ago. But I didn't realize that my passion for the camera, for the photography, can last that short. So during these 2 years, I didn't use my camera. But for now, since I'm going to stay in Bologna for at least 1 whole year, and when I was wandering on the street, there are a lot of things that I want to capture. And at that moment, I realized, oh, only holding my phone here is not enough. I need to restart my camera. So yesterday was my first step because because of the festival, there are a lot of people, a lot of crowds in the square, so it's easier for me to capture the scenes. So yesterday was the first day. Today is the second day.
It was be funny when you give me your camera and
Uh,
I ask you how I can make photos with this because I don't use mirrorless. So you told me put the eye inside.
yes, because yes, it's about setting. You can change it as you wish. So I change it to the automatic model. So
Yeah,
if you look into that little window, yes, it appears there. But if you remove your eyes far away, yes, it appears in
yeah.
the bigger screen. Yes, it's automatically changed. Um, this one was a crazy one. So it was happening in the let me see, it was happening in the middle of August, and it's a special festival called Fire Festival in China, in the southern part of China, and to be more precisely, in Yunnan province. So it's a fire festival. And actually, I didn't show you another picture of me covered in black for the face. The whole body was covered in black. It's also a part of this festival. So the fire, it indicates that you need to burn everything in the past year, like your sadness, your mistake. You burn them out, and then you are ready to embrace a new one. And what people do in that festival is that as soon as you arrived in that street, if your face is still clean, like me, like you, as soon as you stepped into that street, people will start to cover your skin with the black. It's like the most open time I can feel in China. People have fun with the strangers on the streets. You should experience that if you choose to go to China. For fun, it's more fun than the medical plans.
Mm. So one day we plan and take the plane not by foot and go.
At first, not by foot. I think if you go there by foot, it will be dead.
Picchio Tenace Rock say good evening to me and to
Buonasera.
you. He shared the interview on Radio Stay Rock in Rome. And
Sorry,
sorry,
I didn't
he
understand.
share. Okay, share. Wait, share. I have the S Bolognese. Bolognese S. Share.
Mhm.
Who
Can you repeat the question?
is not the question?
Uh,
Is he share
uh-huh.
the interview on a radio in
Mm-hmm.
Rome?
Rome. Rome.
Rome,
Rome.
Roma.
Uh-huh.
Però è share, condividere. You
Ah,
know,
convert. Convert.
share.
Share. Yes. Share. Convert.
So difficult, Stella, this English.
Ah, this one. This one was my dressing code. Dressing code when I was in summer camp. I've worked in summer camp for 2 months, and all of the content is about nature, about interacting with nature. So this summer camp, this one, where I was in the photo, this one is called to see the mountains and to see the mountains. This is the camp's name. And that day I was the counselor. I was the counselor of the group, which includes eight children aging from 7 to 11. So eight children, which are quite a big challenge for me because I need to take care of them, and also I need to be there when they have the bad emotion, when the bad emotion happening. So in that day, we are facing the task of going to some place which is like 20 kilometers away from our camp. So the only transportation method that we can choose is the bike. Otherwise, we need to walk. So we chose the bike. But it's not that easy to force every kid to ride the bike for like 4 or even 6 hours to cover this 20 kilometers. 20 kilometers for an adults like you or me is really easy, right? Really easy. But for kids like around 10 or even around
Yeah,
7 years,
true.
so it's a really big challenge. So it took us, we started from like 10 a.m. and then we finished in 5 p.m. Yeah, so it was 7 hours. And we were passing by a lot of grocery stores, and each time we passed by one grocery store, they were asking, oh teacher, I need an ice cream, I need something to drink, I need to take a break. So I thought that we took like over 20 times of break, but luckily we made it to the another town.
What is the most crazy situation happened on the camp?
The craziest situation. Um, the crazy. You mean with children or with counselors? Okay. So the craziest situation was me with counselors. So after we finished the work, we have one day off, and we went out to the bar, and actually to the club. So we went to the club, and because I was so crazy in the club. So I drank a lot. I mean the beers and spirits and also the tequila. I drink a lot, like mixed. And I started to dance. Actually, the music was not that good. Was not that. cheering up. But because I was so drunk, I danced really crazy, really, really crazy. And after a while, I thought, oh, no, 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 I have the headache. I need to go out to take a breath. And I went out, sitting on the stairs, leaning my head on the column. And I was so dizzy. And then my friends came out to see me, to check me whether I'm still okay. And after 5 minutes, they came to see me. I say, oh, no, 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 I need to vomit. I need to vomit. So they were like, they need to help me. But at the meantime, they were like, oh gosh, I want to vomit too. So after that, I went back to the hotel I was staying. The crazier thing happened. I already thought I was the most drunk one, right? But after I went back to the hotel, I heard some noise, like someone was crying upstairs. Even though I was so dizzy, I still went upstairs to check what was happening up there. And I saw two girls lying on the floor, crying, cursing, with one guy standing close to them, like, oh, don't, yeah, here's hot water, here's some food, please take it. So those two girls lying on the floor, crying, it just shocked me, even I was drunk. So that was the craziest situation happening in the camp, but I enjoyed it. Um, this one, yes, you can see that girl from Peking. From Peking, she's close to me. It's still a camp, but another camp called the Living in the Wild. So we were in the mountain, far, far, far away from the city. It's like 200 to 300 kilometers from the city. So it was totally wild. And the most important thing is that we don't have any internet in the mountain. So basically, the phone doesn't work for us. It's just for taking pictures, but not for communicating. So the only way that we can interact with people is by talking in person. So this one was taken on the second day of us living in the camp for one night. So that night we stay up late. So we saw the stars all around the sky, and there was the fire close to us. And on the second day, we saw the rainbow. You see double rainbow. It will appear in the next photo, the double rainbow. So yes, this one, the double rainbow. It was me with three other counselors, one guy, two girls, including me, three girls. And it was raining. It was raining so hard. So that's the reason all of us were wearing the hats, because it was raining. But as soon as one of us started shouting, "Oh, guys, look, rainbow there!" And we were all like, "Wow, wow, wow, wow!" So we just ignored the raining. We just run out into this rainbow, and then all of us, just jump up, like, "Oh, we want to touch the rainbow." At that time, it was like the wild happiness. It was not like video games or phone call or video call. It was wild happiness, and this was really precious.
Yeah, the green is so green. And
Yes.
I don't know if I ever seen a photo of China with the sun.
No,
I
that's
don't,
nonsense.
but with this color of the forest, no, is good also if there are the cloud.
Yes, it's really nice. You really need to check out that in China. You really need to go to China with your camera.
Okay. So I put a link of a project I'm doing in Sicily, and I will send you later that you read in. I can put Chinese language in this project. Okay,
Wow,
and
perfecto, perfecto.
I give you 1 minute to tell us all think you have. No, the first thing you have on your brain, and you would to leave to the other people.
The first thought in my brain, and
The first thing you have in your brain, and you want to share to other people.
you mean in this moment?
Yeah.
Yes, for this moment, as I have to be commercial, I have to be commercial here because I'm doing this video with you, and it's a really interesting talk. And although I'm a newbie in photography, but I really want to make my own platform. It's the same idea. So first I teach Chinese on YouTube, and the second is the biggest thing I want to do. It's about the stereotype between the Eastern countries and the Western countries, and especially China. And how do we review this stereotype? It's by talking, it's by interview. So I want to share with others, especially Chinese, of my life here, of my conversation with different people from different backgrounds. So yesterday was my first step, and I really hope that I can keep going. And a big thanks for you inviting me here to do this interview, really interesting interview. And I hope I can, yes, I can keep doing myself later.
Also, yesterday I told you I give a big rock on your back, and I told you you are my first and only contact with China, because I never speak with a China people, man or woman. It
Yeah,
to
pleasure.
and how I told you yesterday, I love the the brain of
Mhm,
China's people, but not the bad part of China people, and
mhm.
like bad part of China people is like bad part of the rest of the world. Not
It's really
all country have a bad part of people.
yes, yes, of course. Even for one single person, he or she must have something good, but something bad. No one
Yeah,
is perfect, and no country is perfect.
yeah. What question I do now? Ne Wait. I'm thinking in Spanish. I have problem now. Project from tomorrow until next 6 months. What are
Projects.
your projects from yesterday to next 6 months?
I guess so for the platform outside of China, it's YouTube. And for platforms inside of China, we have Bilibili, we have TikTok in Chinese version, and we have Kuaishou, a lot of Red Bull, a lot. So for YouTube, I will just do a project about teaching Chinese in different ways, like short video with simple grammar, or do some daily conversation in real life, or I can do some vlog about recording my life, but in Chinese, or the interview with my friends talking in basic Chinese about one topic. So YouTube is all about Chinese, and for the other platforms, I would, because Chinese doesn't have the demand for learning Chinese. So for them, basically, it's about my life in Italy or in other countries, about the really, really beautiful experience I've had, and also the interview either in Chinese or in English or, yes, Italian, about the stereotypes to broaden the to broaden the vision and to make people understand more about the world.
You know the Japanese. So what is right on my red come si chiama questo? Traduttore, porca miseria, dottore. The sign, my sign, red sign, this one,
Mm-hmm.
up you know, the red right, there is an ideogramma, you know ideogramma?
Ideogramma?
Ideogramma, ideogram, Japanese.
No. No
Sim,
so. No so.
symbol, symbol, not important. Now it is, now are you to make a question to me. You can make a question to me. My grammar go down at the end of the interview.
Yes, my question for you is that what do you want to get from this everyday interview with different people?
I want to share it on over the world
Mm-hmm.
because I speak bad in every language, but but less or more can understand all people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
that's pretty good.
YouTube no, YouTube can translate my English or other language
Oh, really?
sometime,
Okay.
and it's important for me to share the culture and
Mm-hmm.
the art of making something that in the nature don't exist, and the artist can make with the hand
Mm-hmm.
or with the brain, like photography, like music, like paint,
Mm-hmm.
or also speak, because if someone speak with the brain and with the heart
With the
is
heart.
different. Heart.
Yes, la glory.
Io sono di Bologna, non è che ho l'accento molto. Is better than write with a pen.
Yes, of course, of course. It's like talking in person.
Yeah.
Still online, but still like talking in person.
And I want to give possibility to all the people to have to speak with the word and leave some seed on the net, and someone can take it and listen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's great. That's a good idea.
Quickly, if you want, if you can change one thing in the world now, what do you
Mhm.
change?
If I can change one thing in the world, what can I change? It's not actually the best thing I want to change is not about the real world. It's about myself. Do you know Doraemon?
Yeah.
Yes, and I don't know, it's a he or she, but now Doraemon has, like a treasure pocket,
Mm.
and in where there is called a transferring door. You open that door, and you can go everywhere as you want. I want that thing. Because for me, my best passion is to explore the world. There are still a lot of places I've never been to. So I'm really like desperate to go to explore. So I want to have this transferring door for me to go to everywhere. But for the world itself, I think everything makes its own sense. So I don't want to change anything in the world. Just let it be. Nothing.
And if you must leave your place in 5 minutes to go, I don't know why, and don't come back,
Mm-hmm.
what do you take with you? One thing.
Just the one thing. Um, book.
Okay. Now I will leave you alone and you make what do you want, if you want to sing, if you want to read, if you want to dance, if you want to make photo, and I come back in 1 minute. Ciao, bye.
Okay. I don't know anything to do. Actually, if it's possible, yeah, because it's a really a big moment. I need to record. It's the first time I accepted interview here, an interview here. So I want to make a photo here, and also some people. Mm, I really have nothing to do.我给你看我在干嘛，就是这儿，因为昨天那个认识那个摄影师，他要拉我在 YouTube 直播做访谈，所以我健完身之后，然后回来洗了澡，然后再和他做访谈。Yeah, thank you. I think we're done today, right?
And invadente. Intrusive moment. Now you have one red book near to you.
Red book.
Yeah.
Yes, I have this. I have this with me.
But it's not a book.
It's a notebook. It's not a book because I didn't bring any Chinese book with me. I brought electronic book with me.
You have it?
Yes, I have it now. Do you want to see it?
Next time.
Yeah,
No,
next.
page, if you can see one thing.
Yes.
Page 18, line number 10. I say goodbye to the people who see me on the phone.
Yes. Okay.
Come si dice? Ciao, ciao, ciao es
再见，再
Sin-
再见，再见，
再见.
再见。Yes.
再见.
Yes.
Smiling always. 再见.
Yes. 再见. Yes. Smiling all the time.
Okay. So, not read, and tomorrow morning you will get up and
Tomorrow morning, I'm pretty tired. So maybe 9 a.m. 9 a.m. 9.
and so no, not early, but
Yeah, because
good.
I'm pretty tired.
Oh, And now you shut down the interview and you go to the club. And
No, I'm not going to the club. Actually, I still didn't have my dinner, so I will go to have my dinner at my room, and then I will go to sleep.
and I start to go to dinner too because I don't eat.
Yes, you should. Like, we're starving.
So thanks, Stella, and thanks to Picchio Tenace Rock, Jean Maisonette, Thomas Bottino, Maria Lenth that write, and to Picchio Tenace Rock, Annie Beiana, Massimo Crielesi that put the like, other people who will see the interview on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Spotify, and all social where do you post it. And we will see again soon. And we
Yes.
go to eat tortellini together.
We go to take photo together. I need to learn from a professional.
Ok.
Okay, bye.
Have
Ciao.
a good dinner. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao a tutti.